Drunken Productions. America, this is Jeremy here. Today we're going to be discussing the NSA and the domestic spying program. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard of controversy surrounding Edward Snowden and the NSA, and if you have not, then you've been living under a fucking rock. Because it's literally reached every facet of society. It's everywhere. From the emails you type, your Facebook post, your YouTube comments, your dick pics you sent your girlfriend and you thought you deleted off your phone. They're reading all that shit, alright? It's out there. It's information that's being stored, and it's being stored in this huge facility in Utah. I think it holds something about a yottabyte of information. A yottabyte. It's hard to put into terms how big a fucking yottabyte is. It's like 1,000 years worth of data out of the current amount that we're pumping out. It's about 1,000 times that. Really spooky shit. Whether you're for or against it, you gotta agree there's some sketchy shit going on with the spying program. There really is. And a lot of people say, well, I have nothing to worry about. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not breaking the law. I'm a good person. I have nothing to hide. It doesn't have anything to do with having to hide anything or having nothing to hide. Or if you're a good person or not, it has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with your right to privacy. That's why a lot of people are getting pissed off. A lot of these constitutionalist hawks. You got Rand Paul going off on it, talking about like how it's a breach of the Constitution and all this shit. Whether you're for or against it, just I'll let you all duke that out in the comment section. I personally don't agree with it. I think it's wrong. I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. There's bad guys out there. There's people out there that want to hurt us. But who are these people? Who are these people really? Like, why do they want to hurt us? Did we do something wrong? I don't think the answer is really all that simple. I mean, we'll go on to that later in a different podcast. But we've always had enemies. We've always had a boogeyman. We've always had someone out there in the dark that's wanted to hurt us for one reason or another. We had the fascists in the 30s and the 40s, and we had a communist through the 50s, all through the 80s. Now the face has changed. We're dealing with a complete new threat. We're dealing with terrorism. Well, it's not really a new threat, but it's new to America. We've never really had to deal with it. I mean, I guess you could say the Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist organization. We never had to really deal with radical terrorists like the way like what we're dealing with now. But do the ends justify the means? Does the attacks on us really justify the sheer size of our spying program? I don't think so. What do you all think? It's really tricky. I could go on hours about this, but I don't know how many attacks we prevent a day, or how many attacks that get stopped every week. It's got to be quite a few, but I don't think it justifies this massive spying complex that we've built up, where you get armies of NSA workers scrolling through your fucking hard drive, looking at your dick pics, looking at your cunty YouTube comments or whatever. I don't think the ends justify the means. I really don't. And if this was a story, if this was like if the time we're living in now was a story, it would be the craziest fucking dystopian novel ever. It's really like something George Orwell wrote. It's like 1984, really, where you get drones spying on our own citizens. You got robots that shoot missiles out. It's fucking crazy. It's really like sci-fi-esque, where you're afraid to say anything or have a real strong point of view, because who knows, you may get pulled off and sent to a prison camp or something. I don't think it's that severe, but who knows, like, I may get in trouble for posting this video. Who gives a fuck? But the reality is, we're not just spying on our own citizens, we're spying on world leaders. It's really a cunty thing to do, like, especially when Germany is one of our closest allies, and they're a member of NATO, and we're spying on the Prime Minister or the Chancellor. I can't remember which. It's Angela Merkel or some fucking weird German name. I don't know. Why are we even spying on them? Do we have a reason? Are the Nazis making a fucking comeback? No, they're not. So cut it out, NSA. A lot of people are having a hard time having faith in their government nowadays because it would be all different if it was an all-knowing, like, benevolent entity controlling this. If there was like aliens that were like out there for us, and you know, they're out there for our own good, wanting to protect us from some boogeyman. But the reality is, it's not. You can't trust the government worth of shit, and the people that are currently in power, I don't want them having that sort of strength, that sort of power to be able to read through my emails and shit, rummage through all my garbage. I don't like it. It's weird. It's creepy. What's your all's opinion on it? Are you for or against it? Of course, y'all know my point of view. I'm far, I'm far, I'm way against the shit. Alright? But we do need some sort of spying program. We need to make sure there's people out there not trying to hurt us. And I agree. We need some sort of security buffer, but this is a little extreme. Do we really need this huge industrial spying complex? Do we really need all of it? I personally don't think so. But who knows? We may really have like tens of thousands of dudes out there wanting to fuck us up. But it's not because of our freedoms. That's a crock of shit. It really is. We're doing some cunty things around the world. We are. You gotta admit, whether you're like really for the program or not, you gotta admit that we ain't this all-knowing, all-seeing entity that's out there for the good of mankind. There's a lot of sketchy things going on there. But a lot of people really see Edward Snowden as the hero. I like to see him as the hero. I personally think he's a good guy, but many people want to bring him back to the United States and lynch him, you know, fucking put him to the court system, and you know they want to see this guy hung for high treason. They really gloating on the Edward Snowden thing. I guess it's mainly having to do with he was in Russia. He's in the hands of our former enemies. I mean, we treat them like they're a current enemy. It's really kind of fucked up. But I don't know. Let me know what you think of the video, and I'm really interested in hearing your point of view. So be sure to leave some comments, and try not to leave anything too cunty, because I know it's YouTube and people tend to use it as an opportunity to vent themselves and post really cunty comments to anonymous people online. So don't do that. But really interested in hearing your all's thoughts. So be sure to post, and I'll see you all next time. It's been Jeremy here, signing out.